on that note, we're going to go on to the most important thing that if we don't talk about it, the world could end without us knowing. So we definitely need some patrons for this. And it is
and we would also like your opinions in Twitch chat on this matter as well.
Yes. Are Jaffa cakes biscuits or cakes? All bets in. And
Right, cakes. Let's move on. Next question.
Okay, let me just ask this legal expertise woman. Yes. Hang on. Let me just. Oh, actually, it's a bit cropped out from the screen. I'll tell you what I'll do. Can I do that? Nope. Okay, that does not work. Oh yes, it does. Does it? No. Okay, no, it doesn't. That's totally.
You can tell. You
inadequate.
can tell that this was very much a last-minute preparation.
Okay.
Biscuits.
Let me just take myself off here so you can see what I'm doing. So there you go, typing in my answer right there. Kieran, or KB for short. Let me check. What would you like to progress? Yeah, sure. I'm trying.
There's actually a site for this.
Oh yes. What should we go for? Commercial property law, employment law, conveyancing, commercial business, family law. Well, my family does disagree that they're cakes, but so please share.
This is actually a thing.
Yeah, I went onto this website to try and just get an article for Jaffa cakes, and then I just get legal expertise. So got to use that to my advantage. So I'm saying my family cakes. My family are cakes. Help me. My family thinks Jaffa cakes are biscuits, and I didn't know who else to turn to. Please help.
Right, whilst you're doing all this, we got some very interesting shouts in the chat here. So Michael says cakes. Next question. I agree. Scurvy says Jaffa cakes are cookies. At least they are in the Netherlands. That's interesting.
I personally think they are miniature pies, but
well, I know you do, but you're a massive troll. Michael also says we'll get onto that in a minute, Michael. Just a small matter of Jaffa cake chat. Murray Man says cakes. Stephen Fry said so. Yes, on QI, Stephen Fry said that when a biscuit goes stale, it goes soft, whereas when a cake goes stale, it goes hard. When Jaffa cakes go stale, they go hard. So therefore, they must be a cake. End of argument. What on earth are you doing? Shall we just... No! What are you doing?
It's asking me to enter personal details. I ain't doing that.
Oh God, we're gonna be cancelled for this, aren't we? We're gonna be shut down.
No, it's okay. It's just a
what was
thought.
That?
Sorry.
What are you doing to us? Trying to deconstruct and destabilize our podcast bit by bit.
It's okay. I'll just say it was. I'll backtrack and say it was wrong, and then all will be right with the world again.
So Murray Man and Scurvy have got discussing. So Scurvy says it's in the name Jaffa Cakes. I agree. So Murray, the word cookie originally comes from a Dutch word, and Scurvy confirms it that cookie in Dutch is. I'm not going to try and pronounce this. Sorry, my Dutch is awful. Koekje, Koekje, which is basically the same thing.
KB Koekje. Oh yeah.
Rob, that explains why Jaffa cakes are so hard around here. Oh, they all stale then, your Jaffa cakes. That's you've got a raw deal there, Scurvy. But I would like to put to the chat what your favourite biscuit is, just to detract from that nonsense that KB was trying to get on.
No, it never happened, mate. Never happened. They didn't do anything.
It's pronounced koekje. Okay, that makes sense. Fair enough. So, KB, favorite Jaffa cakes. Obviously, Jaffa cakes are all our favorites, but favorite biscuits. This is an integral topic which has come up multiple times on Mosh Talks.
Okay.
And I would like to spread it out into the Kieran Benji community.
All right. So top 3. In no particular order. Jammy Dodgers.
Jammy Dodgers,
Chocolate hobnobs.
Oh, shout.
And custard creams.
Custard cream. Yeah. See, you make a lot of friends with chocolate hobnobs. I don't know if Bees loves custard creams.
Well,
much.
I guess Bees isn't getting any custard creams.
Do you, how many of those do you like dunk in tea?
Every single one.
Every single one.
Yeah.
What, even Jammy Dodgers?
Yeah.
That's a.
If it's
I think there's enough flavour for it already without it being.
If it's a biscuit, you can sink it.
Well, some are more dunkable than others, aren't they?
Just don't put Dairy Dunkers in tea.
Chocolate hobnobs is a great shout, to be fair. Michael says chocolate hobnobs, original digestives, bourbons in that order.
Nice.
Original digestives is a shout. They are underrated.
I remember I always used to go into my great grandmother's and going, "Oh, Nan, have you got any Jammy Dodgers?" No, love. I'll show you what I got. Oh, yes, you've got hobnobs. Oh, custard creams. Oh, bourbons. I got some rich teas. What? Who even eats rich teas?
I mean, if the rich tea is offered to me, I won't say no.
I reluctantly say yes.
They were always the biscuit. Whenever I'd go to my mum's, my mum does jazzercise. Whenever I go to one of her classes and I'd be sitting, like, just waiting for her to finish, there would always be packets of rich teas that I'd get through. So, I'm having a rich tea. Scurvy. I've had Stroop waffles. He says that his favourite biscuit cookies are Stroop waffles, a Dutch standard. Actually, back in the day, back in the glorious days when I actually went into London to work, we can't do that anymore, obviously. We would have days where a lot of members of my company would come back from holiday and they'd bring back treats for us to get our noses into, and one of them was Stroop waffles, and they're sort of like they're waffles, right? But they're kind of very syrupy and they're a weird texture. They're almost kind of like in the pink fingers that you get.
Oh, what, the Pink Panther wafers?
The Pink Panther wafers, yeah.
Oh, yes, that is an honourable mention for me. I forgot about those.
Yeah, Pink Panther wafers, they're more those biscuits that you get at sort of children's parties, kind of laid out along with party rings.
Yeah, I think, like, thing with those sorts of biscuits, they don't really easily crumble, do they? Unless you got the strength of the Incredible Hulk or something. But there's definitely tougher biscuits out there.
See, Murray Man, I reckon Jammy Dodgers are quite highly rated because of their appearance in Doctor Who. There were like Matt Smith's favourite biscuit, his incarnation of the Doctor's favourite biscuit or something. So they've actually crossed over to America because Doctor Who's a massive thing in America.
This is how rated like digestive style biscuits are. Whenever your family bought McVitie's crackers boxes from Sainsbury's or whatever, how many days or hours were going to last until all the Hovis ones were gone?
Hovis did what, biscuits?
In the or was it Family Circle? One of those. You had
you mean the big
sets.
tins you'd get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hovis was always the first one to go because they're actually, like the other crackers, they're dry. They don't have as much flavour. Whereas you've also got the cheesy circles, whatever they're called. I can't remember. Like the Tuck biscuits.
Yeah. It would always be a killer when you'd open one of those biscuit tins, like one of those shortbread tins that you get, and you'd find like sewing equipment in there.
Oh yeah, you'd be like,
that was always a killer.
Well, time to stab myself in the neck. Woohoo!
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, that's all right. I'm gonna
go.
No,
hang on a minute. I haven't gone through my top biscuits.
Oh yeah,
yet.
You haven't. Sorry, I
sorry, I got distracted by the chat. So the thing is, right, since I've been working in London, and since I've been consuming a lot of biscuits and stuff, and my standards have kind of risen. So I guess some of the cookies you get from M&S would be up there. right?
All right.
Just
Okay.
showing how middle class I am right now.
Yeah, it's cool.
White white chocolate cookies in particular from M&S. They're always great, especially after you've been on the piss and you're coming home from London.
Just don't piss on
Big
the
bag of those.
biscuits.
No.
Don't want any soggy biscuits.
I would say any form of shortbread, any form of be it those shortbread you get in Tesco with like chocolate chips in are just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And Belgian chocolate Tesco finest
Nice.
with dark chocolate, white chocolate. I just love chocolate. You know?
Yeah. I've talked about Aldi before. What are those ones? The Viennese shortbreads, or what are they called? The Viennese fingers.
God, those are yes. Viennese whirls are heavenly. They are underrated.
All right.
You always see them going for like 60p or something in Tesco.
I can't.
And I'm like, that is far too low a price for golden biscuits like that.
That's the thing. You get like these McVitie's biscuit packs, and they're like £2.50 or something like that. But you go all over the way to the bakery aisle, and you'll see the massive flapjack boxes for like £2. And you're like, yes, this is what I want. This is the good stuff. I mean, flapjacks I absolutely love. I even love, like, the Rice Krispie cakes, or, we're going a bit off Jaffa cakes now and just talking about biscuits in general.
Well, I did want to gauge what everyone's favourite biscuit was, to be fair.
All right. Well, we can kind of talk about the cake side of it with top three favourite cakes.
What sort of cakes are we talking? Like big, massive cakes, muffins, or like
anything? Absolutely anything.
Oh, well, you can't beat a good old blueberry muffin for me.
Yeah, I do
a nice one, not those cheap ones.
Yeah. I love my cheesecake. It's absolutely absolutely love cheesecake.
Vanilla cheesecake, a very nice, rich sort of white New York style cheesecake with a good biscuit base.
I go for more the lemon cheesecake for me. I love.
Oh, lemon's good as well.
Yeah, I love lemon flavors. The kind of cakes I'm not that into, like birthday cakes with the icing on. I don't like icing. It tastes sickly to me. But I do like the jam inside. I'll give it that. So everybody else can have a mountain full of icing in the corner, and I'll just be there munching on the insides.
Yeah, red velvet cake's an interesting one, Scurvy. I don't know. Have you? I mean, I've had it a couple of times. I just don't know. It's a bit
sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, this is cake we're talking about.
I like how tangy it is, but I don't know. I wouldn't go out of my way to get one.
Yeah. But
it's usually when you put red velvet into other things rather than cakes. Like if they're like a kind of, if they're in a biscuit, for example, or if they're in like I don't know, if they're anything but cakes, really.
Yeah. Have you heard of the pub chain Green King by any chance?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. So we got one a pub down the road, Cedar Tree, and they had, for one of the desserts, they had this chocolate cake, but I think it had like on the top these little Mars bars, and like the richness of the chocolate inside. It was like, how is this even a proportionate dessert? It's more than that. It's insane what you got for that price, and I'm just like, those kinds of chocolate cakes I absolutely love.
Man, you know what? I've just I was going to get onto brownies, which made me forget about a prominent biscuit that is underrated, which is Lotus.
Lotus? I haven't heard much of Lotus.
You don't know much about Lotus.
The only thing I've heard about Lotus is tissues. That's about it.
No, it's a brown sugar. Yeah. And like caramel or something. It's amazing, whatever it is, basically. Because my sister just made some chocolate brownies with a Lotus Biscoff spread on top, and it's just honestly. Also, nice. Anything peanut related in cakes or biscuits, and Oreo.
Cakes,
Oreo is a great shout, Murray, man.
I do have a bit of a liking to those walnut coffee cakes that you have. Like, as long as the coffee's not too strong, don't get me wrong. Like a bag of Revels or something.
Coffee flavored. No, coffee. I'm a funny one with coffee. I don't think it should be in like these sorts of biscuits or cake products.
Just don't put pineapple on your cake.
No, you can't go wrong with a pineapple upside down cake. To be fair. Yeah, but so Murray Man, he said he used to be a chef and he'd make an Oreo cheesecake that looked like an Oreo with a base on top and bottom.
Nice.
Oh my word, that sounds heavenly.
Right. Well, Murray Man, we've got a few vacancies going in my flat. So if you want to, if I hand you a CV, then feel free to jump on board.
Yeah, if you want to be Kieran's personal pastry chef, then you can whisper him after this.
Yeah, I won't shout at you like Gordon Ramsay. I promise that.
Mm.
I'll just shout. I'll just shout in this room rather than the kitchen.
Yeah. Lotus is another Dutch cuisine. It's called spekkeloos. I'm going to have to visit Holland at some point. Sorry, Netherlands at some point. You seem to have great taste in everything.
Absolutely. I remember.
I've never been to the Netherlands. But, yeah.
I remember they have a lot more common sense than us as well. I remember watching Steve Hughes' stand-up in the Apollo, and he was on about how there's not really much science to say beware of falling into the river. But in Britain, you have they're like, don't go in the water. But if you fall into the river, it's like, oh, I didn't see the sign. But over there, it's like, oh, you wet, are you? Well, you're on the wrong bit, mate.
Yeah, we're not going to get started on the pineapple on pizza debate, Scurvy. Don't worry.
That's been done to death, and that's because I killed it.